Thanks so much, Shane. And I appreciate the invitation. I'm here to share some things with you about how the Membership Success Center can help you in planning and executing your Rotary year. Now, let's remember, first of all, how we get there. We get to the Membership Success Center starting with either DACDB or Club Runner. And what you see on the screen here is a short URL, a how-to flyer on how to accomplish that through either of those platforms, DACDB or Club Runner. We're starting with the topic of membership plans, and everything you need to know to create a club membership plan is on one page of the Membership Success Center. And that page is the membership goal page. When you click on the membership goal page, it opens up, looks just like this. And what you recognize, first of all, is up at the top, this defaults to the upcoming year. Since we're in the goal setting and planning season for 26-27, that's the way the page opens. The next thing you'll notice is your club's average attrition rate. This is the average of the past 3 years as far as the rate at which members terminate from your club. And in the case of this club, it's a couple of points below their district average. That's good news. They're doing better than the average club as far as holding on to members. Troublesome part of this page is their average attraction rate, which is less than half of their attrition rate. Yes, they're attracting members at half the rate they're losing them, at a rate of about 7% a year. Now let's scroll down a little bit. Scrolling down, what we see is their historical membership graph, and this is what happens when you attract half as many members as you lose. This club is on the classic downward glide path of losing 2 members a year on average. They've managed their way down from 31 members to 23 members over the course of only 4 years. And of course, that trend will continue unless something different happens. Let's scroll up a little bit. And up in the goal setting section, they do have a membership goal set. They've estimated their starting membership this coming July 1st. Their current membership as of March 1st is 24. They estimate they can make it to the end of the year with 23. And their goal is to grow to 29 members by the end of 2026-27. Well, obviously, a net growth of 6 members in a club that's on average declined by 2 a year is certainly optimistic. And this is the most important number on the page, their anticipated member loss. We anticipate that because that's the average number of members they've lost over each of the past 3 years. Again, something that is likely to continue unless something different happens. Here's the peculiar part about this. This club knows how to attract members. They've attracted on average 2 members a year. Trouble is, they've lost on average 4. And it's possible that they simply do not understand that their structural rate of member loss in their club, as low as it is still 4 members a year. And they're apparently not planning to replace those. That means that to reach that net gain of 6, replacing those likely to leave of 4, they'll need 10 new members for this upcoming year. At any rate, all that information is on one page, the membership goal page. Now let's scroll back up again. Let's take a look at this situation. Let's take a look at their problems to solve. In this particular case, the club is doing okay at holding on to members, but they're really not very good at all at attracting members. Their problem to solve is simply insufficient attraction. That's what they need to work on. How might they do that? Well, here's a blue button that says View Recommended Strategies. Let's have a look at that. When we take a look at that pop-up, what we see first of all is a set of general strategies. These are strategies that pretty much any club can deploy in order to improve its membership growth. But then there's a set of particularly curated strategies that are focused on clubs like this, whose problem is insufficient attraction of new members. A number of ways that they could implement intentional processes and intentional strategies to bring more new members into their club. Closing that, the next thing on this page you'll notice is the Upload Membership Plan button. Now there's also a membership plan link over here on the left-hand side. Those both go exactly the same place. You can get to the link on the left navigator from any page, But this upload membership plan button occurs right here where you'd expect to see it on the club membership goal page. Let's click on that and see what it looks like. This is the club membership plan page. You'll notice, of course, there's not one uploaded at this point. And you know, it's a whole lot easier to start with something in the form of a template than a blank sheet of paper. So we've provided those. Up here at the right-hand corner is the Download Plan Template button. Let's have a look at that. First of all, we get some instructions and some ideas of what a club membership plan should look like. It should include a committee chair. It should include some members of the committee. A committee is more than one person. And it should include some of the other aspects of attracting and holding on to members, namely improving the club experience, identifying and attracting new members, and onboarding and orientation. Now, let's take a look over here. Download template. When we click on that button, what we get is a library of club planning templates. These are from 3 or 4 different districts. And of course, if your district has a club planning template that they like, you can use that. As far as uploading membership plans, we'll accept any electronic format. We'll accept an Excel spreadsheet, a Microsoft Word document, a PDF. We'll accept a photograph of a cocktail napkin if that's what your membership plan is on. But let's take a quick look at the club membership plan template that's just been posted for 26-27. It's a little bit different in that it contemplates a second and third out year goal, which is, you'll hear more about that from the Rotary Membership Committee over the course of this next year. So let's click on that. And what opens up is a Microsoft Word template. Now, the idea here is that you save this to your local file and you work on that over the course of the next week, 10 days, however long that takes. And then you have club plan that's ready to go and a club plan that's ready to upload. Everything you need to know to fill in these blanks is on that membership goal page. Your July 1st data includes your July 1st starting membership, your attrition rate, your attraction rate. You also, if you completed the goal setting on that page, you have your July 1st estimate, and then you have your July 1st, 2027 goal. You'll notice to the right, there are places to put in some out-year goals if you're anticipating visioning forward to the coming years. But the club membership plan for the upcoming year, basically everything you need to know to complete this club plan is on that membership goal page. Scroll down a little bit. Down here, what we have is 4 sections, and each of these are expandable. This is a Word document, so it's fully editable. You can change anything you want on this page, including adding more action items. And that brings me to the topic of action items, which each of these sections contained. The whole idea here is we're talking about what we're going to do, what intentional strategy are we going to implement to get our membership committee organized and up and running, who's going to do that, and by when. And so that action item section is typical of all 4 sections of this plan document. Then there's the membership goal setting and tracking section. Who's going to do that? And who's going to check in on the progress dashboard once a month as it's updated in the Membership Success Center? And who's going to be communicating membership progress to the club? Scrolling down, there are 2 more sections. This one, critically important, improving member satisfaction. Elements of the club experience, which are meeting enjoyment, club leadership, personal growth opportunities, connections, meaningful service. Those are the reasons that members stay. Absent those, members vote with their feet. So then it's about identifying, attracting, and engaging new members. Again, a number of recommended strategies. They're all in that pop-up intentional strategies page when you get to the View Recommended Strategies button on the club goal page. We mentioned member satisfaction surveys, and I've been asked to walk through those with you this evening. We'll get back to that in a minute, but those are perhaps the best way to find out what it is your members want is to just ask them. Okay, let's get back over to the club membership plan page. Now, a few days have passed. Fast forward, You've been working on your club membership plan. You've got it ready to go. At least you've got version 1 ready to go. So let's upload that club membership plan. You do that using the Upload Plan button. We click on that, and what we see is a really simple dialog. It first of all allows you to select which year you're uploading your plan for. In this case, of course, it defaults to 26-27, but you can pick back years if you wished. Then there's a button where you find that file on your local file structure and you tee that up for uploading. And when you click the Upload Plan button, you're all done. And that looks like this. You've got a membership plan for 26-27 uploaded. You notice that the year is identified. And if this club had membership plans already posted, for example, for the prior year, that would be up here as well. The upload date is date stamped here, so you know the currency of that. And there's also a Replace Uploaded File button. You can come back to this page anytime after you've worked on your plan, after you've had a couple of membership committee meetings. You can come back and replace this file and roll up an updated version onto this club membership plan page. So there's some takeaways that I'd like to share with you from this section. And those are, first of all, that your attrition history is highly predictive. You should plan to replace those members that are likely to terminate, and we forecasted for you how many that will be. You want to assess your current situation. What actually is your club's problem to solve? Is it high attrition? In the case of the club we looked at, that was not the problem. It turns out that that club's problem was simply not attracting enough new members. Then we provide intentional membership strategies that are known to work. Those are proven strategies that have been used in hundreds of clubs. And finally, you end up with a club membership plan that's based on a what are we going to do, who's going to do it, and by when structure. So let's take a look at finding out what members are interested in and what members are expecting from their club. Back on the plan page, you'll notice the surveys link over here on the left-hand side. Of course, you can get to the surveys link from any page of the MSC, but let's take a look at that. And what we see up here at the top, I realize there are a lot of men in the audience, but fellas, one of the best ways to succeed at anything is to read the directions. And those directions are under this blue button up here at the top. How do surveys work? If you click on that, it is a complete recipe for how to set up and distribute and conduct a member satisfaction survey and how to take those results back to your club. No invention required. All the steps are there. Everything that you need, it's like a toolbox to create an effective club member satisfaction survey. To put a survey together, really simple. You click the Create a Survey button. That allows you to name your survey, something that will be easy to remember, and you might indicate a time frame in that as well. And then over here on the right-hand side, there's the Create button. Now, what that does is it provides you a shareable URL, a web link that you can distribute to your members any way you want. You can distribute it through a mass email distribution, such as Pmail or the comparable distribution in Club Runner. You can distribute it by ordinary Outlook email or browser email. You can even distribute it by text. It'll work any of those ways. And I just wanted to show you what that looks like. It's just a string, just like any other link to any other web page in the world, but it is specific to your club's survey. You copy that, you paste it into your email distribution mechanism, whatever you're going to use, and you'll want to do that at least 3 times. My suggestion is about a week apart. So you kick off your survey, you explain what you're doing at a club meeting, you invite your members to participate, then you kick out the first invitation with this link. A week later, you go back and say, hey, if you responded to this already, please excuse this reminder. If not, we're interested in your opinion about our club. We'll go back to the main surveys page. And now that we've created a survey, what we see is the View Results button. Of course, there's no response rate yet to any of this, so that wouldn't be very exciting. But it will roll up in the background, and you can come back to this page anytime and view the results. If you happen to lose track of that link, there's another button right here where you can grab it again the next time you need to send out your survey. I want to also remind you that there are video tutorials of just about every part of the Membership Success Center. That's over here on the lower left-hand corner. If you click that link, you get a complete library of how-tos. Most of these are 5 to 7 minutes. They don't take any time at all, and you can pick and choose from the file names what topics you're interested in. So the takeaways from this are simple. First of all, it's about the club experience. Members vote with their feet. If they're not happy, members stay if they are. You need to ask members what they think, and we've provided you a ready-made survey that requires no invention whatsoever. And of course, you can act upon the results, report your findings back to the club, and the actions you're going to take to remedy the things that the members don't like or to take advantage of ideas they provided. And then my suggestion would be this is a great time of year to do that. President-elect and the incoming leadership team ask in May, April, what the members are looking for. That gives you great information by which to plan for your upcoming year of leadership in the club. And then maybe in 9 to 12 months, you ask them again and see how things have moved. Thank you for your time, and I appreciate your interest in growing membership in Rotary.
Thank you so much, Terry. This membership action plan is vital to growing Rotary, and the surveys are a great way to gauge your club's engagement. We appreciate you being with us tonight, as we know you have a busy schedule. And matter of fact, Terry's going to leave us right now because he's got to scoot to another Rotary event.